Two people each receive $100. The first immediately spends everything they have. The second keeps a portion, learns a skill, and invests the rest. 10 years later, their lives have nothing in common. Yet, they started from the same point. So why do some people remain financially stuck for years while others move forward? Today, we are going to explore the habits, decisions, and mindsets that keep millions of people in poverty, and above all, how to break this cycle. For a long time, many people believed that poverty was solely a matter of luck. Others think that simply working hard is enough to achieve financial freedom. Yet, the reality is often much more complex. Every day, millions of people wake up early, work diligently, and do their best to improve their situation. Despite this, some seem to advance very slowly, while others make progress year after year. Why? Because financial results are not only influenced by what we earn, they are also influenced by our habits, our decisions, our way of thinking, our circle of acquaintances, and our ability to prepare for the future. The truth is, no one becomes poor or prosperous because of a single decision. It is generally hundreds of small decisions repeated over months and years that ultimately build a better life, or, on the contrary, keep someone in the same cycle. The good news is that this cycle is not a life sentence. No matter your current situation, some habits can be replaced, some beliefs can be corrected, and some decisions can transform your future. In this video, we will discover the 4 main reasons that keep many people trapped in financial difficulties. And stay until the end, because the 4th reason is the most important one. It is the reason that prevents many people from changing their situation for years. But before discovering the most common mistakes that prevent so many people from moving forward financially, take a few seconds to support the channel. If you like inspiring stories, life lessons, and advice that helps you become a better version of yourself, subscribe to Dovin Inspire and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any video. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter and discover the first reason that keeps so many people in poverty. The first reason why many people stay financially stuck is their relationship with time. Most people know what they should do. They know they should save more, learn new skills, invest in their future, or prepare long-term projects. Yet, they often choose what provides immediate pleasure. The problem isn't pleasure itself. The problem is constantly sacrificing your future to satisfy the present. Imagine 2 friends who earn exactly the same salary. Every month, the first spends almost everything they receive. A new phone, fashionable clothes, frequent outings, impulsive purchases. Each expense gives them immediate satisfaction, but this satisfaction quickly disappears. The second friend also enjoys life, but they follow a simple rule. They think about their future before their current desires. They set aside a portion of their income, invest in their education, and think carefully before every important purchase. At first, their lives seem identical, but after several years, the difference becomes impossible to ignore. The first person still lives from month to month. The slightest financial difficulty becomes a source of stress. The second has more savings, more skills, and more opportunities. The difference does not come from a single major event. It comes from hundreds of small decisions repeated every day. This is exactly what many people underestimate. They wait for a big opportunity that will transform their lives, while it is often the small habits repeated every day that create the greatest results. Before every expense, ask yourself a simple question. Will this purchase give me only a few minutes of satisfaction, or will it truly contribute to improving my life? This question may seem simple, but it can completely change the way you handle money. People who progress financially learn to delay certain rewards. They accept giving up a small pleasure today in exchange for greater freedom tomorrow. The truth is that wealth is often built in moments when no one is watching. When you choose to save instead of spend. When you choose to learn instead of get distracted. When you choose to invest instead of consume. The future you desire depends on the choices you make today. And every time you choose your future over immediate pleasure, you take another step toward breaking the cycle. Now, let's move to the second reason that keeps many people financially trapped: the lack of investment in their own skills. Many people consider education as something that ends with school or university. Once the diploma is obtained, they think learning is over. Yet in today's world, Those who stop learning often end up stagnating. Imagine two colleagues who start the same job on the same day. They're the same age, have the same salary, and have the same opportunities. After work, the first goes home and spends all their evenings entertaining themselves. They watch videos, scroll through social media for hours, and repeat this routine day after day. The second also rests, but they dedicate part of their time to learning. They read books, take online courses, improve their communication, learn a new language, or develop a skill that is valuable in the market. After 1 month, there's almost no difference between them. After 1 year, the difference is still difficult to notice. But after several years, their paths begin to separate. One person still has almost the same abilities as on the first day. The other has become more competent, more useful, and more valuable in their field. And this is a truth that many people ignore. Income often follows the value you're able to bring to others. The more you develop useful skills, the more you increase your chances of finding better opportunities, negotiating a better salary, creating a business, or solving problems that others cannot solve. This does not mean that money will come automatically, but it significantly increases your possibilities. Today, it has never been easier to learn. With a phone and an internet connection, a person can access courses, books, lectures, and knowledge that were once reserved for a small number of people. The question is therefore not only, how much money do I have? The question is also, what person am I becoming? Because money can disappear, a business can fail, a job can be lost, but the skills you develop stay with you. If you want to improve your financial situation, start by investing in the most important asset you possess, yourself. Every book you read, every skill you learn, and every hour you spend improving yourself is a seed planted for your future. And even if the results are not visible immediately, one day these accumulated efforts will open doors you could not even imagine today. Now, let's discover the third reason that keeps many people trapped in the same financial cycle. The third reason some people remain trapped in the same financial cycle is the environment around them. Many people believe that their decisions are completely personal. Yet, our thoughts, beliefs, and ambitions are constantly influenced by the people and the information around us. Imagine a young person who dreams of starting a business. They begin researching, learning, and building a project. But every time they talk about it with those around them, they hear the same phrases. It will never work. Business is only for the rich. Stop dreaming and be realistic. Nobody from our background has succeeded like that. At first, they try to ignore these comments. But over time, doubt begins to appear. Eventually, they may abandon their idea, not because their project was impossible, but because they were surrounded every day by messages that weaken their confidence. Beliefs are contagious. If you spend your time with people who always find excuses, you may slowly develop the same mindset. If you constantly hear that opportunities do not exist, you may start seeing obstacles everywhere. But the opposite is also true. When you surround yourself with people who learn, create, search for solutions, and refuse to give up, their mindset can influence yours in a positive way. This does not mean you should completely cut yourself off from your family or friends. It simply means you need to be careful about the voices you allow to influence you the most. Today, your environment is not only made of the people you meet in real life. It also includes the videos you watch, the books you read, the podcasts you listen to, the accounts you follow on social media. Everything you consume contributes to shaping the way you think. If every day you fill your mind with negativity, complaints, and pessimism, it becomes harder to believe that your future can improve. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with constructive ideas, inspiring examples, and useful knowledge, your vision of the world begins to change. So ask yourself an important question. Do the people and content around you push you forward, or do they keep you in the same place? Because it is extremely difficult to build an exceptional life when you're constantly influenced by ideas that convince you that nothing can change. Choose carefully what you allow into your mind. Your environment does not completely determine your future, but it strongly influences the direction in which you're moving. And sometimes, changing what surrounds you is the first step toward a much greater transformation. Now, let's move to the fourth and final reason, the one that keeps many people stuck for years, waiting instead of taking action. The fourth and final reason that prevents many people from changing their situation is that they wait too long before taking action. Many people have dreams, ideas, and ambitions. They want to create a project, learn a skill, start a new activity, or improve their lives. But they always wait for the perfect moment. They tell themselves, I will start when I have more money. I will start when I have more time. I will start when I am fully ready. The problem is that this perfect moment rarely arrives. The truth is that many successful people did not begin with all the resources they needed. They started with what they had, and they learned along the way. Imagine someone who wants to start a small business. They have limited money, little experience, and fear of failure. They have two choices. The first choice is to wait for years, hoping that everything becomes perfect before starting. The second choice is to begin with small steps, learn from mistakes, improve their approach, and move forward gradually. The second person has a much greater chance of succeeding because action creates experience. Many people underestimate the power of small beginnings. They believe that great success must start with a great opportunity. But often, the biggest transformations begin with a simple decision. Taking the first step. The first step does not need to be perfect. It simply needs to exist. Of course, taking action does not mean acting without thinking. You still need to learn, prepare, and make wise decisions. But preparation should never become an excuse to remain inactive. Because a person who takes action and learns from mistakes will always go further than someone who has big dreams but never begins. Time will pass anyway. 1 year from now, you will either be in the same place because you waited for the perfect moment, or you will have progressed because you decided to start. The difference between these two people is not always talent or luck. It is often the courage to take the first step. Do not wait until you are completely ready to build a better life. Start with what you have today. Improve yourself every day. Let the process transform you. Poverty is not only a question of money. It is also a question of decisions, habits, and direction. Throughout this video, we have discovered 4 major reasons that can keep a person trapped in the same financial cycle. Choosing immediate pleasure instead of thinking about the future. Failing to invest in personal skills. Allowing a negative environment to limit ambition. And waiting for the perfect moment instead of taking action. But the good news is that this cycle can be broken. A person does not need to change everything in one day. Great transformations often begin with small decisions repeated over time. Deciding to learn a new skill. Deciding to manage your money better. Deciding to protect your mind from negative influences. Deciding to take action even when nobody is watching. These small choices may seem insignificant at first, but they gradually create a completely different future. Remember this. Your current situation does not define who you will become. You may not have chosen where your story began, but you can still influence where it goes. Do not only focus on earning more money. Focus first on becoming a person capable of creating more value. Because when your mindset changes, your decisions change. And when your decisions change, your results eventually change. The path is not always fast. It is not always easy. But every person who has achieved something meaningful started with one simple decision. The decision to no longer remain the same. So start today. Learn, build, progress. And remember, your financial future is not created in one single moment. It is created through the thousands of small decisions you make every day. This was Dove and Inspire. If this video brought you value, share it with someone who might need it. Leave a comment with the reason that impacted you the most, and subscribe to continue learning, growing, and building a better version of yourself.